Good morning, lovelies. Today video starts with a new recipe. I believe it's called a Dutch baby, and to be honest, neither me and my husband were a big fan of it. He found it too sweet and I found it a little bit bland. If this is something you've done before, you'll realize I put way too much butter, so that could have been a contributing factor to that demise. Whenever I do pancakes, waffles, or anything within that kind, such as French toast, I like to whip up a small batch of syrup or jam, whichever one he ends up turning like into. Somehow, because I used the butter and you saw how the butter rose to the top, I thought I might not have to grease the bowl. Don't make my mistake. Always grease your pans or bowls before you put any kind of dough mix in it. Today, my plan of the day was to reset the patio slash garden space we have before having to leave, as we were gonna be spending in the night and having dinner with one of our friends. You'll see me dump a lot of planters in this area, so I actually thought I was not gonna plant this year because we will be moving in July, but I've decided I like my garden too much to not do anything this year. So what I did is take all the smaller planters, dump them into the big raised bed area, so then I can clean them and put them away for the move. You'll see a lot of branches and stuff within the raised beds or grow bags that I have. I usually just leave them in ground because they break down and add more nutrients to the soil, so I didn't see a need. Plus I was gonna add more compost and soil on top of it, so I saw no harm in it. Here I'm just breaking the blocks apart. There were a lot of root systems within it, but like I said, this will break down and add nutrients to the soil. Unfortunately, my camera does that and I did not realize it for a couple of minutes. So the rest of the time in which I'm adding compost and soil to this bed, unfortunately was not recorded, but I did pay attention for the rest of the garden. You can see all the little planters in the middle that I emptied into the big raised bed. These are going to be washed and put away in our garage to then be ready for our upcoming move. In case some of you wonder what this structure next to me is, it's actually a catio my husband built so both of our cats could go outside, and every single time I'm doing anything within the garden area, they're out there with me. Here I'm debating if I should take my trellis area down, in which I end up deciding yes, even though there is a passion fruit vine in it. Passion fruit is my favorite fruit. It's not like I'm gonna be able to take it with me, and unfortunately it's still too young to produce a lot of fruit, so I decided it was okay to let it go. garden grow bag actually gave me a surprise, and there were a couple of jams still in the soil, so I got a tiny surprise harvest out of cleaning the garden. All I'm doing is picking up any kind of weeds that had grown over the winter time within the raised beds or grow bags, with the exception of that big pepper plant. I was actually going to pull it out, but it has a lot of new grow leaves in it, so I realized, you know what, I'm gonna let it be. Hopefully I do get some peppers out of it. Otherwise, it's just a layer of compost, and then I'm gonna top it with a layer of potting mix. Don't be worried, all these little plants and weeds are not going to waste. Our community recently started collecting compost bins, so I'm just putting all these with all my food scraps inside them. You might wonder why I have so many tomato cages. I actually use them to stand up the peppers, and the T-posts I use to stand up the tomatoes. All these will be being put away and taken with me to Pittsburgh. I am not wasting any of the things I used in my garden. Before I turned this area into a garden, we used to have a little fire pit. That's what all the wood over there was used for, but I just decided to get rid of it at this point because it was never going to be used, as we don't have the fire pit anymore. We are also getting close to the end of the video. I realized, one, I'm tired, and two, I have to start getting ready because, like I mentioned before, we were going over to a friend's house to have dinner and spend some time together. While cleaning the garden, I found a lot of creepy crawlers, especially snails, making my garden their home. So that was very nice. I took us some pictures for you to see at the end. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I wish you a good rest of your weekend. And please don't forget to subscribe.